Check, check, check. Good morning. Let's do this. Kotter and Marshall show. Hop on that stream early. Watch the show, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You can always listen to the show. Download the Rock 1061 app for free. Get us in your in-home smart speaker. And check us out on the website, rock1061.com. Good morning, Marshall.
Good morning. I suddenly became old yesterday, Kotter.
Suddenly? Okay.
So I mowed my backyard before it started downpouring, and my left elbow now is slightly painful. I don't know, when I extend it, I guess, fully.
Okay.
Or no, when I bend it. And then when I got out of the shower, my left toe just hurt for like a good 30 minutes, and then it stopped. So this is 38.
I feel like I had a major head start on you, but I feel you're catching up. So I wonder who's going to completely fall apart first.
I don't know.
Because, I mean, I really felt like, I mean, this was my race to win.
Yeah.
But I feel like that last leg, man, you're really stepping it up.
Yeah, I mean, I really, the elbow is just getting a little creaky, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's my left, too. It's not like my right, so we can make jokes about,
Sure.
this. But, yeah, it's my left, and then my left toe. My toe's fine. I don't know why. It just decided to hurt for a good 30 minutes. I'm fine now. Damn it, I'm getting old, man.
It sucks. It doesn't get better. I'm just saying.
Getting gray hairs. This sucks, man. This sucks.
Good news, though. Yesterday, we got Mexican cake. It is my all-time favorite beer, Westbrook Brewing. It is fantastic. So good. A nice, thick, hearty, spicy stout from Westbrook. Vince called us up yesterday and was like, guys, Mexican cake is in. You responded. We'll be there in moments. I think we got from here to there in under 10 minutes.
It's pretty impressive, actually.
Yes.
Actually, while we were there, he looked at his phone and he actually blurted out the exact text message I sent him, and he laughed to himself because we were walking to the register at that point. So, yeah, I mean, I felt like we were really on it. I was very truthful in my response.
So I know what I'm doing Friday night. I got 3 bottles.
Okay.
I guarantee to drink at least one, but it may taste so good.
You know you're going to drink 2.
And it's 10%.
And no one's at the house.
Nobody's there.
So you're going to turn on Frasier.
Yes.
Which you've been rewatching.
Totally.
You're going to drink both those, and you're going to pass out by about 7:30.
I'm going to so pass out. I can't wait. It's going to be so good. Great kickoff to my weekend. All right, coming up on the show today, I'm getting quizzed in the face. We'll play some trivia. Mac is back 2 days in a row. I got a weird TikTok challenge. I don't know.
Yeah, so some guy at TikTok decided to try and swear up and down that yellow mustard on watermelon was just delicious, right? And then Lizzo, the very popular pop artist, tried it, and she seemed to kind of like it. I watched the video. So now Mac is going to try it for us. She just said that she would try it and do it. So we said, yeah, why not? Come on in. So that's going to happen at 8 a.m.
All right, we're going to take your calls, comments, and texts today. What is the most prized possession in your family that you think really has some value to it? How much do you think that's worth? And, of course, we'll kick off the show with About Last Night. More Green Bay Packers talk. Savannah lost a legend yesterday. Going to talk about that. And we'll kick off the show with Conan O'Brien. His final guest has been announced. We'll tell you who it is. It is the Kotter and Marshall Show. Good morning. Latest from Rise Against. Here's Nowhere Generation on Rock 1061.
Morning, Gibby. Morning, Thomas. Morning, Tony.
What's up, everybody?
Thomas goes, by Mexican cake, do you mean tres leche? No, not quite.
I don't know what that means.
It's Mexican cake. It's 3 milks.
3 milks?
3 milks.
Okay,
3
there we
milk
go.
Cake.
No, it is just, it's my all-time favorite beer. We first had it back when The distillery was still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
They had Night of the Beer Geek before the Craft Beer Fest years ago, and they just stockpiled a bunch of beers that they saved for this night. It was so awesome. And I remember we saw it on the menu. We're like, we're going to try that. And I fell in love with this beer instantly, and now I wait for it every year. It comes out in May.
Yeah, it comes out right around Cinco de Mayo every single year. And
it is so good. I will go back, and I will be buying more than just the 3 bottles I currently own. Yeah, so I went to Debilation to try the spicy pickle beer. Pretty good. Needs to be more sour. Dave said he's going to work on that for the next batch. And 2 guys showed up, and I believe 2 military guys. One guy was from New York, and we just started talking beer. And he was a huge stout fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so close to going out in my car, bringing it, because I told him about, guys, get the Habersham, try Mexican cake, so good. And then he just kept talking about all these stouts. And I was so close to walking out to my car and giving him one of my bottles, but I went, I can't yet.
Wow.
Thought about it,
You had
though.
a moment to be really cool. To serve our military who serves you all the time. You son of a bitch.
I thought about it, but I was just like, if I would have drank some already, I would have done it.
Heather, good morning.
Good morning.
Heather, we miss you. Why don't you hang out with us more? Thomas says, I am the most valuable item in my family, and I am irreplaceable. So I called my mom. So my mom, the lady who called me up earlier this week and asked me how long she was going to live.
Yeah.
I called her yesterday just to check in on her. And I actually asked her that question. I was like, hey, I don't remember really anything from my childhood that we valued as like, wow, that's the $100,000 China set that's been passed down generation by generation. She didn't really have anything, but there was one item that I'll briefly mention. Doesn't really have much of a story, so I do have something that my mom views as our most prized possession.
Yeah, we didn't have a whole lot. My dad's side of the family probably would have stuff because there was like a cousin somewhere down the line that just collected everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had old school slot machines, old, I can't even think what they're called, like the old record players with the big megaphone looking thing on them. Massive amounts of just stuff. But the family's so big, I don't know who's got what, where it's at this point in time. It's just stupid.
Spread across the universe.
Yes. But no, my dad's got a couple things that I'll talk about that I think actually, I mean, I'm not talking tens of thousands of dollars, but thousands of dollars. There's some value in it.
Nice.
A couple things I want.
Good luck trying to get him with all of his brothers and stuff.
I think because they're not that massive, and I think they're more his than like he got from the family. So I think I'll get him. I think we'll see. All right, guys, got about 20 seconds.
Morning, Wanda. How are you?
What's up, Wanda? All right, guys, be right back. Once again, good morning. Thanks for hanging out. Kotter and Marshall Show. Let's jump into About Last Night. Story number 1. Conan O'Brien has been hosting late night television for 27 years.
Yeah.
Almost 3 decades. And it's going to come to an end on June 24th. Now, this we knew. He had announced that he was going to end his run on TBS. He's been there for over 10 years. Now, he got his start in 1993. I actually remember watching his first show. It was on NBC. He briefly got promoted to host of The Tonight Show in 2010, taking over for Leno. Things got weird. He was there, like I said, a couple months. Leno took back over, and then that's when he made the jump to TBS. So, yeah, he's been there just a little over a decade. So a decent run on NBC, and then a decade on TBS, which is good. But it's set to come to a close here in just weeks.
Yeah, so he's actually announced kind of his final guest going into these final shows. And he's got quite the lineup, and a lot of them are his really close friends. I don't know if you get an opportunity to listen to his podcast very often.
I've not heard it.
His podcast is really good. It's got his assistant on it. Matt Gorley is also on it. He's a curator of many podcasts as well. But his podcast is amazing. And he does such a great job with that. But he's got a lot of his friends from his podcast joining him on this final stretch, including Patton Oswalt, Martin Short, who he's really good friends with, JB Smooth, Mila Kunis, Bill Hader, and his final guest that he has planned is Jack Black, who, I mean, doesn't really have anything to promote at that point. He's just coming on to hang out.
Yeah.
And I want to see that interaction because these two guys just going off on one another would most likely be hilarious.
And the cool thing is they get to do it in front of a live studio audience again, which he really hadn't been doing, obviously, because of the pandemic. No, I mean, I don't think I've watched more than a handful of his TBS, late night run. I mean, I have watched some of it. I think he was a good host for late night. I mean, he kind of acquired taste. I get that. He can be a little weird sometimes. But I mean, if I had to rank him up against some late night host, I put him high on the list. I always found him entertaining.
I mean, for when it comes to late night hosts for when I've been alive and actually paid attention and cared, I mean, David Letterman and then it's Conan O'Brien. I don't think there's another host that really touches him. Jimmy Fallon, no. Who else am I seeing? Johnny Carson. I wasn't really part of that era, so I can't really quite say. And then there's, the other dude from the Man Show that I can't remember his name of. But I mean, there hasn't been a ton. Craig Ferguson was good.
I liked him. He was way weird, but I liked him.
Yeah, but I mean, Conan O'Brien for me was always up there. That's the guy that I related to most. The most time I've spent with any late night host probably has been with Conan O'Brien. So I'm excited, man. So his final show is going to air this month. They're doing an hour show, and Jack Black is that final guest. And now he's working on a variety show for HBO Max as well.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what that is. I mean, you say variety show, and it could be almost anything, and they really haven't given us a whole lot of information yet. But I'm glad he's still going to be doing TV. I mean, I do think he is a talent and needs to be doing that. And, of course, he will continue the podcast. If you haven't checked that out, like me, that's still completely going to be a thing. So that's very cool. All right, coming up next, yesterday, Savannah truly lost a legend. We're going to talk about that, tell you what happened. It is the Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Yeah, so if you listen to his podcast at all, which is really, really good, he does a great job. I mean, he's had some really incredible guests on there. He just recently had former President Barack Obama.
Okay.
He's had Hillary Clinton on there, which I know, once again, politicians, polarizing figures, whatever. I don't care what you think of them. But he's had incredible other guests. Like most recently, he had on Dave Grohl of obviously the Foo Fighters. And then who did I just listen to the other day? Oh, he had John Krasinski, Jim from The Office.
Nice.
Talking about, obviously, A Quiet Place Part 2. And his podcasts are stupid and weird. And his brain, you get a really good idea of how Conan O'Brien's brain works on these podcasts. Because he just goes off on these random little tangents. And they're really, really funny. So I think a variety show with Conan O'Brien is going to be very, very funny. So I can't wait to see what he does with it whenever that does come around.
One of his other final guests, and I'm interested to see because you really don't see a lot of them anymore, is Dana Carvey.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, I love Dana Carvey, one of my favorite guys from SNL. And he kind of stepped out of the spotlight. He pops up every now and then. So I think that's interesting to see what he's been up to, too.
Him and Mike Myers. I mean, Mike Myers just announced
a show.
He's doing a Netflix show now, right?
Yeah, he's doing like 7 different characters. I think somehow it ties into something, not characters on So I Married an Axe Murderer, but it got tied into a story that was told by one of the characters in So I Married an Axe Murderer. It's like he played his own dad in that movie. Have you seen the movie?
It's been so long, I've forgotten every piece of it.
He plays his own dad in the movie, and his dad tells the story about this, basically, I want to say, secret society that truly runs the world sort of thing.
Okay.
So the TV show, I believe, is about that, about like the 7 people that really run the world. So I think that's kind of what the TV show is about, and he plays different characters in it. So
maybe I haven't watched it. I guess you know what? That's some viewing I could do this weekend.
I mean, it's a complete throwaway. I mean, it's not important to the plot of the movie. It's literally just a story he tells.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, if it's not something necessarily that's going to stand out, I wouldn't have remembered it until I read about it. Hearing about the new show.
People are already dropping their most prized possessions.
Oh, I love it. I think we got a couple on Facebook. Oh, man.
Good morning, Mac. Once again, Mac's going to join us 8 a.m. this morning. No more Gong Show for Mike Myers?
That didn't work.
I don't remember that.
So they brought back the Gong Show after, because they brought back, what was the first one? Match Game, and they brought back like old school game shows that kind of caught on like during the summer. And then he came back hosting the Gong Show, but not as himself. He was hosting it in character as some British comedian.
Oh, okay.
And it just didn't work. Old school Gong Show was dumb and weird, and it was kind of a thing. And go back and watch old episodes, kind of funny. Anytime they've tried to redo it, not that they've ever taken it seriously, but it just never really worked.
Tony, that's a really cool story. Tony talks about her son's most prized possession. In regards to a signed Spider-Man Stan Lee poster. So
awesome.
We'll bring that up during the talk.
That's cool.
Russ, do you remember back on the first Conan O'Brien show where he hit a lever and it shows a clip from Walker, Texas Ranger? I don't.
I don't remember that.
I remember obviously, I remember the masturbating bear.
In the year 2000?
In the year 2000. Yeah, that's one of the worst things when he got flipped over from NBC over to TBS. They owned all of his stuff.
Yeah.
So he's never really able to bring back that stuff. He brought back varieties of it, like there was a masturbating turtle or something. But like, that was the one thing that kind of sucked for fans there. NBC's not like part of like a Warner Media Group, is it?
NBC is Universal.
Universal. Okay,
yeah.
So probably not. I don't know how big.
Warner is HBO. HBO Max is Time Warner. Peacock is obviously NBC, and that's Universal.
Sure.
Morning, Jeremy.
Yeah, I would just say if there was a chance for him to bring back his old stuff during this variety show, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, shit. I'm going to get my coffee. Completely forgot.
Do it. I have a signed Leon Spinks photo. What's that worth? About $5? Hold on. Who's Leon Spinks? Leon Spinks was an American professional boxer who competed from 1977 to 1995. In only his 8th professional fight, he won the undisputed heavyweight championship in 1978 after defeating Muhammad Ali in a split decision in what is considered one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. Maybe $10. Maybe $10, Charles. Who would have thought? Let's see. Wait. My most prized possession, Kotter and Marshall t-shirt. Uh-oh, Tony. You're going to start a riot here. I haven't given out our Kotter and Marshall shirts. Not all of them yet. All right, guys, coming up on the show today, obviously we are going to be talking about all sorts of stuff, including what is your most prized possession in your family that you think has real potential value to it? How much do you think it's worth? Max coming in at 8 a.m. We're going to be having her take on the TikTok challenge of watermelon and yellow mustard. I don't get it, but we're going to do it. And then we obviously need to talk to her about how she's going to be single forever. On top of that, we're going to quiz Kotter in the face. I actually, you know what? I'll reveal to you guys right now what it is. Let me pop it up real quick. So obviously, last weekend, there was that celebrity boxing match. That's what it was. It wasn't a real one. Between Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. So I'm going to quiz Kotter on the wide world of celebrity boxing matches. That's right, Kotter, who just walked back in studio. It's going to be pretty easy. I'm going to tell you what the matchup was. Then I'm going to give you the date it happened.
Yeah.
And then you just need to tell me who won. It's a 50-50 shot on each one of these. Super easy. Not like the incredibly difficult test you gave me on Tuesday with random roadside attractions.
Yeah, this will be interesting because it's like, I remember, celebrity boxing from years ago, and I'm going to remember the fights once you bring them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember who won these. We'll see how I do.
I always test my wife the day or two before I give them to you. She got 8 out of 10 correct.
Damn, I didn't know your wife was such an aficionado.
When it comes to celebrity boxing,
Who knew?
I think it was mostly guesses. But she did real well. I think she actually went 7 for 7 on the first 7. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's just good luck. What do we have here? All right, guys, we're about 3 minutes out from going back on the air out of commercials now. So we'll come back. We'll talk about our buddy Brad. Our buddy Brad passed away. He was well-known, well-loved in the Savannah area. So we'll talk about Brad, his passing, and everything that goes along with that.
All right.
So we do have a minimal amount of Kotter and Marshall Show t-shirts. I think we debuted them last Friday, right, on the show?
I think it was Friday, yeah.
So I know there's a few Horde members that definitely need them, so don't worry. I'll be reaching out to a few of you in regards to those t-shirts. But we do only have like a limited amount. I think there was like 15-ish that we have left in there. We had to give a few away to staff and stuff. But so before you bite my head off, heads up, I'll reach out. Miss Taylor is worth $500,000 as long as I make the policy payment.
Damn right.
That's quite a bit of money. Quite a bit of money. Gibby says it was Friday. What was Friday, bro?
The shirts, maybe? So we wear the shirts?
Yeah. We're biting Marshall's head off? Am I not seeing all the messages?
I'm guessing because of the shirts. You made a comment about don't bite my head off.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't remember what I say, guys. The moment after I say it. Just to be fair, the things I had to do to get mine are practically unspeakable. Yeah, she gave me a 10% discount on a massage once, so it was real tough for Tony.
It's things not on her menu.
Hey, she doesn't do that stuff.
That's why it's unspeakable.
She's not a massage parlor. She's a massage studio. There's a difference.
Yeah, just over a minute, guys. I just got here.
You calm down, Raven Dantes. You calm down. 6:26 a.m. Don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear, bro. Don't make me come down there. Hey, so after this break, I want you to explain the Black Data promotion that we're going to do to for Father's Day weekend to everyone. I think it's funny.
All right, guys, got about 30 seconds.
When are the mugs and tug shirts coming? I actually would really like that. Like if it was just like Tiki inspired.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, it was like the Kotter Marshall Tiki inspired mugs and tug shirt. I'll get Brendan to work on it.
All right, guys, be right back. About last night's Kotter and Marshall show, Rock 106.1. Unfortunately, story number 2 is sad, man. Yesterday, Savannah lost a local legend, Brad Tatum. Probably better know him as Cowboy. I first met Brad one of my first days in the studio, hosting afternoons, when I first got here 12 years ago. He was one of the first people to call me in the studio.
All right.
And it was like a dad checking in on his daughter's new boyfriend. It was kind of like, what are your intentions with this radio station?
Oh, what was your answer?
I don't remember, but I remember it being intimidating at the time because I'm like, I'm new to town. A guy calling me and going, "What are you doing?" And then you get to know Brad, and it's like it wasn't intimidation. The dude just cared, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he cared about the radio station. He cared about Savannah. He cared about people. He was just a great guy. And I mean, you talk about being gone too soon. This guy's gone too soon, man. We need people like Cowboy in this world.
Yeah, so we're talking about our friend Brad Tatum. He passed away yesterday at the age of 50. Like you said, local legend here to the Savannah area. He owned 5 Point Productions. The first time I owned him was he was hosting Butt Naked Trivia at Rachel's in Georgetown, you know, the area where I still live. And I remember just playing on the team and seeing crazy naked people running through the parking lot, coming back in. And then I just always had a relationship with Brad, you know, going after that because I knew there was the crazy trivia guy who was doing crazy trivia stuff at Rachel's. I mean, he loaned me a prize wheel for like 3 years.
Oh, that was, that was his.
And like and that's because he just, I don't know if he really liked me. He just liked the radio station. He liked what we were doing, and we were doing stupid stuff with it and using it on a mostly consistent basis. So, Brad Tatum, just an amazing guy. And unfortunately, he did pass away yesterday. You guys may have seen the Facebook post on the Rock 106.1 Facebook page. So definitely condolences going out to his wife, his kids, Holly, Kirsten, Jacob, Trevor, and Zachary, the rest of the family. I mean, this dude loved his kids. If you saw his Facebook at all, hanging out with the kids, taking them to Disney World, going out and having drinks with them. I mean, this man was definitely a family man, and we lost a good one yesterday with Brad Tatum, a.k.a. Cowboy, yesterday.
So R.I.P. Brad, R.I.P. Cowboy, thoughts to family and friends. This one sucked, man, not going to lie. Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Yeah, that was tough to find out yesterday. I think it was right around lunchtime where I first heard of it. I think the news broke from his wife around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. But, I mean, if any of you guys knew Cowboy, I mean, he was a great guy.
Yeah.
I always loved Cowboy. Always wearing a little star necklace. I think he was wearing always like a sweat, like pad thing. Sometimes when I don't know, right on his forearm there. But he was a great guy. 5 Point Productions, I mean, he helped us out when we first started Hungover Entertainment. Yeah. Like, we needed a karaoke host because neither of us can sing. And he always helped us out, find a karaoke host that would fill in when we were doing stuff via Rua and stuff. So, he was a great guy and definitely be missed, passing away at the age of 50 yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever went out to the Craft Beer Fest and did some karaoke, that was Cowboy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He married people. He DJ'd weddings. Trivia and all that stuff. So yeah, just a great guy. Always came out when we would do our toy drives. When we first started those at the mall, always came out and donated. So yeah, that one sucked yesterday.
Yeah, Raven Dantes, I worked for Cowboy hosting karaoke. Yeah, I mean he had like a stable of people that was very loyal and worked for him. So I hope 5 Point Productions continues on. I know his son Jacob was doing a bunch of stuff for him, but he was also doing a lot of different stuff as well. So. Yeah, we lost a good one yesterday. It was crazy to see that news. So coming up on Father's Day weekend, Kotter, you've made a promotion called Black Dadeth.
Yes.
Explain to everyone what that is, because I think it's kind of funny.
So got an email. Black Sabbath is releasing like a deluxe edition of an album, and I mean it's like a 3-disc crazy deluxe edition. So they're like, hey, we'll offer up digital downloads of disc 1 of this album. I'm like, cool. Marshall, can you look into it and see how many we can get? So Father's Day weekend, we're going to do a Black Dadeth Father's Day weekend. Your chance to win digital downloads of this Black Sabbath album. And we're going to play some Black Sabbath all weekend long on Father's Day.
So it's the super deluxe edition of the band's 6th album, featuring newly remastered original plus a complete live show recorded during the 1975 tour. So once again, there's like 10. It's a 4 CD set, but it includes the complete remaster of their 6th album, which their 6th album. Well, it's got the jams on it. Hold on, let me see.
Got the list. So Father's Day weekend will start at Friday. Black Dadeth Father's Day weekend, your chance to score some Black Sabbath digital downloads. We'll play some Black Sabbath all weekend long. So just kind of a fun thing to do for Father's Day. Why not, man? Let's have some fun.
So it's got, let's see, Disco One has like Hole in the Sky, Megalomania. Am I Going Insane? It's got all those on it.
Yeah, so that will start Friday of next weekend, obviously for Father's Day weekend. On this Packers story, I was going to start with the mystery former executive from the Packers and then go into the mini camp stuff about Jordan Love.
Yeah, I've got that quote highlighted as well. So,
Okay.
Yeah, just...
All right, we got about a minute left.
Oh, I haven't shared the show. I'll share the show after this.
That's fair. Yeah, got about a minute left. Last break of the hour. Going to talk about coaches. They're starting a new open mic night, basically. I think they're going to have different local hosts every week. Tommy Holland is hosting this Thursday. If you're a local musician, want to get up on stage and play, I think they're just doing it outside in the Sound Garden, so it should be really, really cool.
Yeah.
So we'll give you more details about that here in a bit.
Gibby says, very cool on the Black Data. How do we enter into that promo? It'll be a text to win, I'm guessing?
Yep, just text to win that weekend. So listen for the keyword. When you hear it, text it in. Super simple.
Is the keyword going to be dad?
Yes, it is. Hey, you're out drinking Father's Day weekend. We want to keep your spelling simple. All right, guys, be right back. Final story of About Last Night. Green Bay Packers and this offseason drama is the gift that just keeps giving.
You always put it on our rundown, and I don't know why. A little part of me cringes, and a little part of me just loves it every single time you do it.
I mean, I just think it's so fascinating that you've got last season's MVP going, nah, I'm not retired. You got to work some stuff out before I come back. I think that is so interesting because you don't know what's going to happen, and you've never had an MVP from like the previous season get traded, the next season. So I mean, is that going to happen? Is he going to retire? I don't know. Well, mandatory minicamp is going on for the Packers. Aaron Rodgers is a no-show.
That's the first time in 16 years he has not shown up for mandatory minicamp.
Now, the team can fine him if they want. I'm guessing they won't.
No.
I mean, it's already bad enough.
Exactly, yeah.
You don't want to make it worse. Well, according to an anonymous former Packers executive, no one should expect him to show up anytime soon. This comes from NFL writer Tyler Dunn. He tweeted out, here's how one former Packers front office member put it. He's not going back there unless they make serious changes to the front office. I doubt he's going back. That dude is not going back. I'm telling you.
Now, that was from an anonymous former executive of the Packers, and that was reported by Tyler Dunn. Yeah, I mean, I hope that's the truth. I mean, it's looking that way currently. Now, Green Bay could opt to fine Aaron Rodgers almost $100,000 for his absence from minicamp, but they're not going to. It's already bad enough. Why would they poke the bear, who could technically sit out this year? And I think that's technically the end of his contract. They would have to trade him or something to the effect of that. I don't know the legalities of his contract, but I mean, as a Bears fan, I'm so excited for this drama. Now, I'm not saying a whole lot. I'm just saying that I love Aaron Rodgers. He's an incredible quarterback.
Sure.
He was the MVP last year. I respect his choices as a man. I think he's an incredible Jeopardy host. And you know what? It's really easy, if he got the job to be the new Jeopardy host, to host Jeopardy somewhere on the West Coast, and maybe he could live over there. Maybe he could play for a team over there. I'm just saying, I don't think Green Bay can fit his personality and his talent anymore. I think it's time to move on.
I think we're to the point with this that either GM Brian Gutekunst or
great name
Aaron Rodgers will not be with the team next year. If I'm upper management, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers all day long. Brian is gone. I mean, I'm sorry. It's like, how do you not go with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, well, there is no way you don't go with Aaron. I mean, there's absolutely not any way that you can't not choose Aaron Rodgers. He's the MVP, bro.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
The best part of the story, though, you're missing the best part of the story. So Jordan Love, who is the number one draft pick from last year, not this past April, but the last year, He's in mini camp right now, and he's having one of the worst mini camps Green Bay Packers quarterback has had in quite some time because obviously there's a lot of eyes on him. Yesterday, he was 12 for 23 passing and like 7 on 7.
Yeah.
It's not even a full. This makes me so happy. Not only that, Blake Bortles, who is their third string quarterback,
right.
the BOAT from Jacksonville,
sure.
the best of all time. He was there. He had a better performance than Jordan Love. We're in a space right now as football fans where we could possibly see Blake Bortles start for the Green Bay Packers next year, and that makes me very happy.
Yeah, Jordan Love, I guess his first 2-minute drill barely made it past midfield. He ended with an overthrown pass. Packers fans are already losing their stuff, man. They took to Twitter. One of them just said, "We're effed."
Yes. I kind of love it. I kind of love it, Kotter.
Oh, man, I don't know. This drama is just, it's like, I really don't, by default, I'm a Bears fan, but I don't really have a horse in this race. But this whole thing is just highly entertaining to me. I don't know where it's going to end. I hope it drags out for months because I am thoroughly entertained.
Yeah, I'm lapping it up with a spoon over here, man. Just feed me more.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk Coach's Corner. They got a brand new open mic night. It goes down tonight. We'll give you details here in a few. It is the Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
I'm going to share the show around.
Okay. All right, don't forget, coming up top of the 7 o'clock hour, calls, comments, and text. What is the most prized possession in your family that you think has real potential value to it? If you had to guess, how much do you think it's worth? I mean, is there a cool story behind it maybe? Where did you get it? Was it a family heirloom that's been in the family for years? You find it at a garage sale somewhere and just picked it up and it's like, oh, this is worth way more than the $5 they're selling it for. We'll take those stories, though. Calls, comments, and text coming up after 7 o'clock. And, of course, Mac joins us 8 o'clock today. She's going to try watermelon and mustard. Why not? Eric Loy, Silver Bluff Brewing from Brunswick, is going to be in studio tomorrow for Beer for Breakfast. So my mom sent me, I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, Mom sent me some potato chips from back in Illinois, and she included a bag of pork rinds for some reason. They're in my car. So they'll be ready for tomorrow because I've never tried pork rinds. We talked about it a few weeks back. I finally have a bag. I will bring them in tomorrow during Beer for Breakfast. We'll enjoy some beer and pork rinds. All right, guys. Thank you to everybody who's up this morning here on a Thursday. It's been a long week, man. I'm ready for tomorrow and enjoy my Mexican cake. I've had something to do every night this week, which makes it really rough to get up at 3. I believe I'm still going to Coach's today for that, so I'll be hanging out there for a bit. But then my kid works tonight at Pizza Hut starting at 4 and works until 11. So I've got to go get him at 11 tonight. So that's awesome. So I'll probably go to bed nice and early, get up, go get him, come back to bed. That's the plan. Biggest regret in life, neither of my kids having a driver's license. You think I'm kidding? I'm not.
You think it would be their life, not your life.
No, it's the biggest regret in my life. It's really impacted me in more ways than expected. The oldest, I don't think, ever has any intentions to get one. The youngest claims to be okay with getting one. But I think she's okay not having it.
I wonder every time she gets carded now, and she just has her like ID card, they're like, must have got a DUI when she was 16.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I keep trying to tell the oldest one, it's like you're eventually going to run into a situation where you can't get your ass somewhere. And you're going to be screwed. No, I'll be fine.
That's it? That's the response?
Yeah.
I think I'll be fine.
Be good. To be that young and just naive to think everything's just going to be okay.
Why'd you raise such naive kids?
I don't know. So the oldest is incredibly naive. So he'll be 21 in October, but he is probably, mature for a 20-year-old. But probably the naivety of like a 17-year-old or the attitude of a 17, 18-year-old, just that kind of outlook on life right now, where the youngest is less naive and just more stressed out about absolutely everything. Everything stresses her out. So.
It's weird. I was just looking at our Facebook feed. There is some messages I don't get. Like our
Really? From on the chat?
yeah, I X'd off of it, but like our buddy maybe I missed it up here. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I do get them.
Okay.
I just missed it up here.
Okay.
Like Russ said, I'll buy a shirt if they come in my size. This first run of shirts we don't have. The biggest we have is XL. So, yeah, I know. But they were free, so we can't complain about them too much. Speaking of Black Sabbath yesterday, Brock asked if after Ozzy's passing, Sirius will change the name from Ozzy's Boneyard to Ozzy's Graveyard. Oh, that's a good one.
Actually, not a bad idea.
Yeah, Russ, when it comes to pork rinds, Kotter oddly has never had pork rinds.
Never had a pork rind. Bring him in the studio now.
I almost think we shouldn't use pork rinds for beer for breakfast. I mean, or I guess we could. I mean,
I just bring him in now and eat him. I don't care.
I want you to review them tomorrow.
Okay, I can do that. I'll review pork rinds. We'll do it before beer for breakfast.
Yeah. Gonna have to do better with shirt sizes. I'm a fatty. Yeah, definitely we will, man. So when we do the run of #asshole shirts, definitely I'm gonna get some bigger sizes. And don't worry, I'll mail them out to wherever they need to go. I know we got people all over the country that listen to us. So
yeah,
which I know is weird to say and more of a flex than it should be. But I know we have Sean in Minnesota, Russ in Illinois. Back where we grew up. We have some new listeners up in Massachusetts that listen to us. Yeah. They've been reaching out to me, so it's kind of cool to see how far
nationwide, man.
We're starting to reach.
Like ZZ Top said, we're bad. We're nationwide. I think their bad was good, unlike our bad, which is just bad.
Just mostly bad. Yeah.
I'm gonna get my coffee.
I'll save that comment for when Kotter gets back in here. Dave? All right, guys, here in just a few moments, we got one more break before we hit the top of the 7 o'clock hour. We're going to talk about Coach's Corner, our sponsor of Beer for Breakfast, who we love. Speaking of, heads up, we have a new sponsor for trivia. No big deal. We'll officially make that a thing. I think I should have my new panel, the graphics that you see on the screen during our live stream. I think I should have that hopefully by tomorrow. I was told I'll have it by tonight. But, yeah, we have a new sponsor for trivia, which I'm excited about. So we'll debut that hopefully tomorrow. Or even Dante's. They don't have to be Gabriel Iglesias Dino on the tag big, but a 2 or 3X is nice. Yeah. No, I'll definitely I'll get a run when we do the #asshole shirts. I'll make sure I get a bunch of 2X and I'll throw in a couple 3 and a couple 4 because our buddy Jake, he's a 4, and I definitely want to see Jake walking around with a #asshole shirt.
Yes. Congrats to Jake, by the way. He got married this week.
Yeah. Thanks
for the invite, bud.
Yeah,
just kidding. No, they did just something at the courthouse. So they just didn't want any.
Are you getting them? I wasn't gonna get them a wedding gift unless I don't know. I was thinking about getting them a wedding gift.
Yes, I would. Dan and I talked about it. We're just gonna get him a card and some money.
Yeah, we're just gonna give him some card and money. Yeah.
Yeah. So because I think they're having in the fall, they're gonna do like a party, reception kind of thing. They just didn't want to make a big deal about it. Jake is not somebody who likes to stand in front of people, especially if you throw him in a tux.
Yeah, he's mostly likes to sit down.
They both agreed they were just going to go and get married in the courthouse, and then they headed down to Florida for a little honeymoon. So enjoying their time together.
Kotter, Dave says, my 24-year-old going 16 didn't get driver's license till she was like 22, but killed 2 used cars. First now pays for her own vehicle. And then Dave goes, she is also very not her age.
Yeah, my oldest is so not at all. I don't think the oldest will ever drive. I just don't. Youngest, I think the younger one will. I think eventually she'll get there. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Kotter and Marshall Show. Be sure to get that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So Coach's Corner, sponsor of Beer for Breakfast, of course, known for all kinds of great live music in the Soundgarden out back. Great place. I mean, it's covered. They got the bar out back. It's a great place to see live music, and they got more coming up this weekend. But they're starting a brand new thing every Thursday night, Thursday Throwdown, open mic. Tonight is hosted by Tommy Holland, great local musician. He's inviting a bunch of his buddies to come on down and play. So if you're a local musician, maybe you just want to get up on stage in front of some people and play, this is really a great opportunity.
Yeah, can you play like Prince and just absolutely shred on the guitar?
If you can, go for it.
And you just want an audience? Tonight is the night to head on down to Coach's Corner. Yeah. So Tommy Holland will be there. You'll be there.
I'm going to hang out tonight for a bit, have some beers, watch some music.
Yeah, you're going to slug some beers. You're going to intro Tommy up on that stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you said our friend Josh Dunaway is going to be handling sound tonight. So it's going to sound real good. This dude is the techiest, nerdiest guy in the world. I mean, he's got like an iPad that can control the soundboard that he like listens to. It's incredible what he does. But yeah, Thursday night, Throwdown, open mic tonight. You can get more details at Coach's Corner on Facebook.
Yeah, it starts at 7 o'clock. So if you're out in Thunderbolt, swing on by. Let's have a beer tonight at Coach's Corner. All right, coming up, top of the 7 o'clock hour, going to take your calls, comments, and text. What is the most prized possession in your family that you think has real value to it? And if you had to guess, what do you think that value is? Call, comment, and text now. 800-394-1061. It is the Kotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys, once again, thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Do appreciate that. Got about 10 minutes or so. We'll come back on the air with your calls, comments, and texts. Once again, what Kotter was saying, what is your family's most prized possession that has real potential value in it, or that they think has real potential value in it? And how much do you think you can get for it? My family's, according to my mom yesterday, after talking to her, it was, hold on, it's an antique bedroom set from Grandma Momo. So that's apparently what we're looking at in the Marshall household. She currently has it. It's in her new home.
Okay.
That's the most valuable thing that my mom said yesterday on a phone call when I was, poking her, trying to give me some content here.
Right. Yeah, my dad, so like I said, I think it'll be on my dad's side of the family because of a cousin that just collected a bunch of odd things. My dad does not throw anything away. He keeps everything. So I wouldn't be surprised downstairs in the dungeon of the basement that we have at my mom and dad's house, that he has something in there other than what I know of that's got some value to it. I would not be shocked because that dude keeps everything. Anytime he comes to visit, it's like he gives me something from my childhood that I haven't seen in 27 years. I'm like, you still had this? Oh, yeah, I kept everything. I'm just going to be giving you stuff from here on out. So he's just taking all the junk from my childhood from his basement, moving it into my garage is all that is.
It's a slow moving process. You just don't know you're doing it.
I know. The last thing he gave me was Cub Scouts. It was a Weeblo. And it's like the Arrow of Light is one of the, patches you get. But there's a ceremony and they actually give you an arrow, just nothing fancy, just a cheap arrow. So he's kept that. So that was the last thing he gave me. Was it my Arrow of Light arrow?
Nice.
I know.
All right, guys. Once again, looking for your calls, comments.